So, ooh, excuse me there. Alright. Finally we are back with the continuation of building our theme park here. And as I said before, I was just gonna add a little bit of this, or the gap, fill the gap here. I added a little bit more touches to the little lake area here. Did a few more research on my current area, and I finally figured out what to name this. The World's Fair of 1893, the Columbian Exposition, had a nickname. It was called the White City. So, with that in mind, I did call this, or we're going to call this area of the park, let me go and push play here, the White City Plaza, or just White City Plaza, I suppose. I was reading up on the Columbian World's Fair, or World's Fair of 1893, whatever you want to call it, and I figured out some interesting stuff. Apparently, the name for White City, of course, now it does, looking at it now, it is looking like a white city. But aside from that, apparently the writer for The Wizard of Oz was inspired by the White City for the Emerald City. So kind of a nice little tidbit there. I guess the Wizard of Oz was, or the creator of Wizard of Oz was inspired by the Columbia World's Trade Center. World Trade Center, what am I saying? World's Fair. Blech. Little brain fart there. Yeah. Yeah, and apparently not only the writer for Wizard of Oz was inspired by this awesome World's Fair, there were plenty of others, which I didn't really get into. The only thing that really stood out to me was the Wizard of Oz. But I have pulled some research from it, so possibly I may turn this into the Turkish village. The Turkish/German village. I know there was a German village, at least to my knowledge. They didn't have a lot of pictures. I found a list of attractions that were based in the World's Fair. Some of them are quite interesting. One of them being a ice rail, which they didn't really go too much into detail. All I can really think about is somebody on a sled on ice rails. I don't know. It's just either I didn't read it right, or just that's all I pretty much got out of it. But yeah. But we'll get to that later. That is a little bit beyond this area with the Ferris wheel and possibly the steamboat. But some interesting tidbits before we get started on this. Well, let's go ahead and actually get started on that. So I finally have something interesting to talk about that is also educational and rather, again, quite interesting. So apparently, the World's Fair, the World's Fair, some of the interesting inventions during this time was diet soda. Yeah, you know, it's not really much say, but yeah, apparently this is when diet soda was invented. Some other, of course, regular products, especially also plenty of theme park stuff, of course, not only the Ferris wheel, but apparently the pictured postcard was also invented during this time. I guess they used the pictures of the World's Fair and then have them mail it, or they can buy it and mail it to their friends saying, oh, hey, look, I'm at the World's Fair and you're not, haha. I mean, you know, who buys those things anymore anyway? I mean, in all theme parks, you see the postcards there. I mean, really, who buys those things anymore? I mean, we all have our phones, we have our smartphones, we can take pictures, and we could just send text with them, so I don't know if it's just some kind of relic of the past, and it's just there as tradition for all theme parks since the World's Fair, but I guess it just sticks, you know. It's kind of a tradition, I suppose, that's why we still have them. But let's see, other than that, not that much interesting about it. Let me go ahead, I have it already up here, so I could just take a quick look here. Oh, apparently Buffalo Bill's Wild West show was there. That was pretty interesting. Although I remember reading that he wasn't even part of it. Like, they hired him or something, but I don't know if his price was too high and he didn't want to go, so he set up his own Wild West show right next to the World's Fair, and more people went to his show rather than actually see the fair. So let me see if I can get a quick. No, well, I don't know. I think that's where I heard about it. But of course, let's see. Moving on, trying to build this, and also incorporate a little bit of oh, how do you say, education to the mix. Of course, we all know that World's Fairs were an inspiration for the Epcot Center at Walt Disney World. I mean, looking at it, it's basically a huge museum slash World's Fair. With all World's Fairs, basically the purpose for World's Fair was to showcase any existing or future technologies that can be used in our day-to-day lives, which of course the fair did. It was mostly for products such as, wait, what the, okay, it's not showing up. Why is it not showing up? Okay, we have a bit of a problem here, and that pretty much solves my problem. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, basically, like I said, the World's Fair was a showcase for any future technologies. I think the most prominent in the World's Fair was just like food products. There was like some how do you call it? Instant wheat or something, dry wheat. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just blurted my mind. I'm here trying to educate you guys, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. But instead of asking for examples, basically that is what a World's Fair is about, is to showcase any future technologies that could be used or is in development at the time. Which I wonder, do we still have any World's Fairs today? I mean, we already have Epcot. I mean, I know it's not exactly... Oh, great. Don't tell me it... Oh, come on. What is its problem? You know what, fine. You don't want to cooperate? Fine. You are not part of this scenery set. Or whatever. I'll just leave it be as is. It don't matter. But, yeah, where was I? Epcot. We already have technically a permanent World's Fair. I mean, it's not, I don't know if it's not serving the purpose as it was back then. I mean, now it's more about dealing about rides, shows, and attractions, which, I know, I'm sorry, I'm going a little off topic, but this really irks my mind that they went and go ahead and turned it into a theme park rather than its original purpose. Which, if anyone does go ahead and look it up, the Epcot was going to be a much more different, a lot different actually than what it is right now, which is a permanent World's Fair. It was supposed to be a city of tomorrow which is an actual working city. Of course, with using monorails and people movers in its incorporation to the city. It's kind of like a nucleus with like the hotels, city center being in the exact middle, with the shops and the shopping districts being on the side, or on the second rim. Outer rim is going to be parks, churches, parks, churches, schools, basically that domestic kind of stuff like that. And of course, on the outer rim, you got the houses. And the way that it's set up is that the cars, it's weird. The driveways are in the back of the house, and there are no streets for any pedestrians to go on. There are no sidewalks at all. The front of the houses was just parks, jogging paths, trees, playgrounds, sandboxes, typical stuff for like a suburban area. But I don't know, go ahead and Google, if you guys haven't even known about the whole City of Tomorrow that Walt Disney wanted to try to do, go ahead and look it up on YouTube. There is a um, detailed video, of course, with Walt Disney himself explaining how his City of Tomorrow would have been like, and I, for one, would really have hoped that that came to fruition, but you know, unfortunately it didn't. I guess the executives thought that it wasn't financially viable, and that they weren't gonna make enough money for it, or I guess, I mean, I know they did try. At least they tried. I mean, not to the scale as Walt Disney wanted to do it, but I know in the Magic Kingdom or Walt Disney World there is a sort of somewhat of a residential district where you can buy a house there and live on a Disney property, I guess, if I wanted to call it that. But of course it didn't do so well. I don't know if it's still there, but that's all we basically have from from what Disney wanted to do for a City of Tomorrow. I know it may sound like I'm kissing his ass, but basically he was like a visionary. I mean, come on. First, he made what, the first sound, working sound cartoon to actually sync with sound and music, and then he went on to make Disneyland, which of course was not financially viable. Nobody was backing him up. Not even his friggin' brother was backing him up on that. He was already on the verge. If he, well, of course they thought that if he went on with this and it failed, his whole company would have went bankrupt, and we would not have any more Disney, no more, if Disneyland failed. I mean, come on, the guy actually had to pay, or he had to get a second mortgage, and not that wasn't for his own his own, I don't know, for selfish needs, but that was basically to finish his park. And of course his park is for, you know, the people. I mean, who else? He's not gonna like lock everybody out and have that be his park and his only. But yeah, you know, if you really look at it, I know there's like a lot of freaking rumors about the guy, how he's, you know, anti-Semitic and all that other stuff, but you know, I really don't believe in that stuff. Just like all the shit that he did with the theme parks and his ideas. I mean, of course he didn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those were his ideas. But yeah, looking at all his ideas and all the stuff that he wanted to build and his ideas, I mean, every time he just like, I mean, while he was building his Disneyland, he kind of neglected the his animation department. Like, if you've noticed Jungle Book, I believe that was his last production that he actually helped work on, because he was too busy working on his Disneyland. It's not as good as like how Pinocchio was, or Bambi was, or any of the other ones that he worked on. It's because he was more busy working on his theme park rather than his animation department. So I kind of look at him like, let's see, he likes to always keep moving forward, and like he stops working on other old things and then moves on to bigger and better things. And I'm pretty sure that if he didn't die during his how do you, oh, shoot, I lost my place, his construction of Epcot, which was supposed to be a City of Tomorrow, I'm pretty sure that he would start neglecting, which I would, you know, I'd be sad about it if he were to start neglecting his theme parks and his Disneyland, and went on to building cities. Hey, at least he's doing something good. I mean, it's for the greater good. And again, if he hadn't died, we could have gotten that. But yeah, speaking of Epcot, yeah, that looks very much like Epcot, huh? It's the golf ball at the end of the midway or whatever, but whatever, it's gonna be covered up. So let's see. I'm just gonna go ahead. Let me go ahead and see. I chose a particular building to house this attraction, and I'm going to try and build it as close as possible. Not as close, but you know, I'm not gonna make an exact replica. I'm just going to make it you know, like I said before, how I did with this area, it's more of an inspiration rather than a exact copy. So with that, let's see, we may have to take that out and this out. We may have to rework this area a bit. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. So it's not exactly the same as on the other side. I'll just keep it that way, so that it's not too symmetrical. I mean, of course I'm trying to make this almost as symmetrical, but at the same time so it doesn't look too boring. I want to add a little bit of, you know, differences and variances. I don't want to do that. I don't want any trees blocking that. It has to be viewable from the midway or from the beginning, so of course it has to be viewable from this side. No, this is obstructing it, but it's only adding to its glory and its magnificence. So I'm keeping that there. And of course we cannot have enough horses. But yeah, now I want to go ahead and continue talking about Epcot again. There's still so much more, well, not so much more, but there's still some things that I do want to say about it. I have actually never been there. More or less, I have not. But, you know, I kind of hope that they still continue with the way that it used to be as a permanent World's Fair and adding new pavilions. Like, I know some of the pavilions are not even being used anymore. They're just sitting there. I mean, of course, I've never been there, so I wouldn't say, but, like, some of the websites that I go to, they really don't say anything about, like, new pavilions and such like that. I mean, it's almost disheartening to hear, but let me go ahead and look up that building that I want to incorporate. As you may have noticed or guessed, I may make this an not extremely, but fairly long video. And here it is. Good thing I found it early. Oops. Okay. Yeah. Looking at it, I think it's doable. Let's go ahead and continue on with it. Let's see. What I want to do is, this is going to be 4 or a 2x2 square, like this. And for once, let's go ahead and not use brick. I don't know, for some reason it looks a bit like, let's see, the building that I am looking at right now looks like it incorporates some of this Marble Sultan's Palace, especially the top building. Unfortunately, there are no color pictures. There is a color rendering, like a painting, and it does have those gold spheres or whatever at the top of its at the top of the structure. So you know what, I'm gonna go with that. Well, probably, let's see, I'm gonna add a little bit of Roman. Ooh, this is gonna be a rather tall building, considering what's in here. Let's see. I'm lost in what I need to say. Oh, well, here we go. More or less, it's going to incorporate some, because I do want to kind of use all of this. If it does fit. I mean, this definitely fits. This does look like something that they would have in the building, I believe. So, yes, it is actually. That will work. See, I wonder if they have a full height of that one. Fortunately not, so we're just going to have to deal with that. We're going to go ahead and put in a third height here. Third height all around, or yeah, 1/3 height all around here for the base. Alright, anyway, what I was saying, about Disney. Kind of want to make this a topic about Disney. I don't know why. I guess this whole golf ball Epcot thing is kind of reminding me of that. You know what? Yeah, let's go the full way. Let's go ahead and go all the way with this whole Epcot golf ball replica thing here. There. Now it's Epcot. Now we are officially in Epcot. There we go. Okay, anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, really, the only Disney park I've ever been to is, of course, Disneyland. I mean, of course, people keep saying that Disney World is always better, of course, because it's bigger, it's got a lot more attraction, a lot more shows. I would beg to differ because, I don't know, just the history of what that park went through and how it came to be, I guess, it also has charm. I mean, considering that it is small, it still is quite a charming park to be in. It's cozy, as you would say, compared to the grandiose scale of the Magic Kingdom. But that's what it is. It seems like the Walt Disney World, which I've never been to, of course. I'm just speculating through pictures and videos that I've seen on YouTube and the internet. It seems like it tries to tower over you. It tries to make you seem small, almost unwelcome, kind of, because everything is so huge, everything's so big, everything's widespread. It almost seems it also looks empty, like there's not a lot going on. Yeah, you almost seem isolated. No, that's not the word. Not isolated, but seem. God, what's that word I'm looking for? Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm building because I'm trying to look for the picture here. Yeah, it's not that it's you feel isolated. It's just that it feels insignificant. There we go. You kind of feel insignificant compared to how you feel at Disneyland. You feel more welcome. You feel more at home because it just looks so. Let me see, not this one. I don't need that. No, I wish I could do that. Oh well. But it does look more cozy, like it welcomes you. I mean, looking at the castle from the main street, it's small enough, it's not intimidating. It kind of welcomes you into the park. And, you know, of course, with Cinderella Castle, Walt Disney World, it's really grand, it's big, and it's, you know, I guess in a way it also is inviting too, I suppose. But, you know, Disneyland is the only park that Walt Disney has ever been to, and of course it has his history and his little touches. I mean, he's got the what's it called? His apartment's still there. Of course, they put a light bulb on top of the fire department, which of course where his apartment is located at. Basically signifying that he's still there, still working at the park, still trying to make it look better. But I don't know. It seems like in my opinion, it seems like the Disney company has sort of reached its pinnacle yet again. Like, it has its ups and downs. Like, of course, the, let's see, what's it called? The, let's see, I think it was between Ariel, The Little Mermaid, and Tarzan. Possibly, I guess, Mulan or Tarzan. During that time, it's called the Renaissance period for Disney. That was the time when, you know, Disney kind of went out of its rut, at least animation-wise, and is basically returning to its roots and being, yeah, basically being Disney, more or less. And now, you know, Cars Land's out. It is I mean, they pulled no punches on that park. It does look rather amazing. Oh shoot, this is not gonna work out. Let's go ahead and put one more in there. But yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've been to Disneyland too. I mean, I haven't even seen Cars Land, but again, with the pictures, I didn't even see the ride yet. I'd rather uh, not see the ride until I go ahead and see that for myself. So I've been trying to avoid videos of that ride. The one I'm talking about is the Radiator Springs Racers ride. Um, but yeah, at least they didn't pull any punches there. I mean, of course they're coming back, but what the company is doing right now is kind of, I don't know. It's there we go again, trying to find a word and I can't even describe it. It's a little starting to get shady again. I mean, because in one instance they were actually considering trademarking a holiday, like a national holiday. I mean, I know it's not like Christmas, but it was Dia de los Muertos, that they were going to go ahead and they were going to trademark that. And basically, if you make any candy skulls or anything that has to do with Dia de los Muertos, Disney's gonna get on your ass and sue you for stealing their trademarked idea. And of course, people were outraged by the fact that Disney was going to try to do that, protested, and of course Disney said, "Oh no, never mind, we're not going to do that. You can have your Dia de los Muertos. We're sorry, blah 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 blah." But still, the fact that they even tried to do that, I mean, come on, what are you thinking? I mean, that's like, okay, if they were even to go as far as say, trademarking Christmas. I mean, every time you buy a Christmas tree, that's all going to Disney. That's just so shady. I mean, why would they even do that? And then of course them buying out Marvel and then Star Wars and then I don't know. It's like they're trying to be a monopoly. I mean, of course it's progress. I mean, let's see. Avengers, of course, was a good movie. I mean, at least they're not copping out. Hopefully they're not, selling out with Star Wars. I'm pretty sure they are trying their darnest to revive that to make it be as good as the original trilogy. So I really do hope that they do something good with that. But let's see, where's my oh, there it is. But like yeah, for the most part, they're just not, in my eyes, they're not doing so good right now. Let's see, let me go ahead and go back to my my design here. It's kind of hard to see in black and white in this picture, so let me go ahead and look for another photo here. There's like actually not a lot. Again, I'm not trying to make it precise. I am just trying to make this, get the basic structure. Oh, beautiful. This one looks promising. Let me go ahead and get the original image here. No, I just had it. What are you doing? View original image. There we go. Okay, well, while that's loading, let's go ahead and continue working on this. Like, oh, shoot. I really, really don't like the look of these. Like, I wish I can put something here to kind of mask that. You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and incorporate some of this into the structure. Not all, of course, just maybe just this portion of it. And then, of course, this. I guess that little accent right there does give something to the building. I mean, it doesn't look, I don't know if it even matches at all. You know what? No. Let's scrape that idea. Let's go ahead and go back to this. Hopefully there's something else that looks... This actually might look promising. It almost looks like a jumble of, no, that's not gonna work. Let's just go ahead and go with black here. Let's see. Maybe for this one, we'll go ahead and use this. I mean, it is hidden, so it shouldn't really matter that much. Go ahead and use... Oh! I'm gonna go ahead and use black. Hey! No! Black. Oh, that's why. I'm gonna go ahead and use black here. And I guess that does work there. With this episode, I do want to try to finish this, so... Because I think after this episode, there might be a bit... Not too much of a drop, maybe like what's been happening before. I think so far I've been doing good, at least for the 3 days in a row that this has been coming continuously in a nice flow. But I'm not sure yet. Maybe like the next couple of days there might be a bit of a drop, maybe just like maybe 2 more days. Don't worry, I'm still gonna work on this before any alarm. No cause for alarm, everybody. But yeah, don't worry. I sound like I'm panicking, like I'm lying, but no, I'm not. Maybe just 2 to 3 days of absences of videos, but of course I'll get back to it. I mean, before this whole daily video thing, there have been a couple droughts anyway, so I'm pretty sure you guys can understand. I hope. Yes, I hope you can understand. But that's why I'm trying to make it up by making this a rather lengthy video. I mean, oh man, this looks so colorful and I want it to stay white like it is in the picture. However, this is as close to the thing as it is, and oof. Let's see, let's go ahead and go back to the I just wish there was like something more like this, yet not like this. I mean, it looks so awesome in the picture. There's like statues on the corners, and then there's nice railings. I wish we had a nice railing, kind of like how we have it here, but I can only use that on the sides there. It's so frustrating. Oof, let's see. Maybe I can find something here that'll kind of resemble what we got going. Let's see, what I can try to do is there's nothing. I need something to look nice. Darn it, in my my notion of keeping this non-custom scenery. Maybe there's something here. Which I honestly doubt though, because why am I even looking? Oh no, I can't change the color of those. Darn it! Let's see, office walls might have something good. Yes, yes they do, yes. Yeah, let's go with that. That looks close to what it is in the picture. I mean, it's not exactly guardrails, or they don't have railings like this one with the little columns in the middle there. It doesn't have that, which the picture does, but I'll live with it. I guess that's okay. At least until we find something else. Now then, go ahead and do the same thing on the next side here. Okay, I may have to take this out again. I know, I like changing my mind a lot. but I'm trying to make it similar to the picture. Like, not exactly, but as close. I do want to keep it white. I mean, come on, this is the White City. So, majority of this stuff has to be white looking. Let's see. I guess I can deal with some windows here. I guess we're still recording here. Because I know I did start the timer late, so I don't know exactly how long we've been going. Right now it says 20 minutes, but not really sure I want to believe that. Okay. And I'm also afraid that eventually that the recording will stop, because before I do render this out to fit the format of the YouTube format, it usually, like a 30-minute video, 30 to 20-minute video comes out to like 30 gigs. And then of course I have to compress that in video format and then post it on YouTube. So hopefully it will be alright. Let's see. Let's go ahead and not incorporate these, because they're not in the building anyway. Oh, they are. They're on the second floor. So we'll try to incorporate that as much as we can. However, yeah, you know what? It does kind of cut into the corner there, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and begin. Yeah, we can go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and use these colonial walls so we can keep it white. You know what? Yeah, I may have, let's just scrap this whole thing right here. We'll just have to try to keep it white. I think the only thing that I will be using from that set is the gold top. So, more or less is going to stay, white. Just like it is in the photo. But yeah, this is apparently going to be a rather large building, considering that well, you'll see in a minute. This is like my Disneyland castle, or Disney World castle, since it's going to be ginormous. This will be, let's see, is there windows? Nah, let's not go ahead and do that. Well, you know what, it's mine. This is my structure. I can make windows on it if I want to. Okay. So, and yeah, basically, let me go ahead and go on another topic. I was just talking about Disney. Let's go ahead and go on to how I build. Now, yet again, like I said, it is not exactly all in my mind. I don't just miraculously come up with what I'm building. Right now, I am, of course you can't see it, but anytime that there's a pause in a video or in the pause of construction, I go ahead and look at the picture that I found on Google, and I go ahead and take bits and pieces from that particular picture, and then I go ahead and incorporate it to my building. So it's not exactly copying, it's more or less, again, I feel like I said this before, but yeah, it's more or less just taking inspiration from the picture and incorporating that to my buildings. And that is basically what you should, like, I think that's what all people do when it comes to creativity. I mean, everything that has been done in the creative format. Anything that has ever been created did not just come out of thin air. It's always inspired by something. It always had an idea of something. I mean, take Star Wars for instance. The whole idea of Star Wars it's a total. It's not total. Like, okay, I don't want to say it, but it is an inspiration from Buck Rogers. I mean, you have the scrolling text, just like. Is it Buck Rogers or is it? Mm, darn it. Either Flash Gordon or Buck Rogers. Either one of those two. But it was like, I think it's Flash Gordon, because I know Buck Rogers is a lot more older. But anyway, it's either one of those two. It's basically Buck Rogers or Flash Gordon. They were short serials that were shown right before a movie was going to be, basically a movie was going to be shown in theaters. It's just kind of like Looney Tunes, where it's a short serial or short cartoon, short serial, short episodes, episodic shows, for lack of a better word. Every time I keep saying that. But yeah, like, just kind of like, he wants to give you that kind of experience where you just walk into the theater and you don't start off in the beginning of the story. You start, because, it's been going on for a while, you start off in the middle. That's why technically episode 4 is the first in the timeline. I mean, of course, it wasn't until episode 5 came out that they made it episode 4. They called it A New Hope, but of course it was just called Star Wars. At least until Empire Strikes Back came out, and then of course I made episode 4. But anyway, I'm going off topic again. I think they wanted you to make you feel like you just came into the story. And that's that's basically the feel that you get. Basically, the feel that you get from watching that movie is that you start off in the middle of the story. And now I feel like I'm rambling because I forgot why I even started on this in the first place, or started on this topic in the first place. Alright, I was saying this because all this, anything that has been created at all does not come from nothing. Everything is always inspired by something that previously came before it. So the next time you think something that's been ripped off, or that you think was ripped off by something previous, I guess just as long as it's not as exactly to a, word for word, everything exactly the same, it's not ripped off. It's more like an homage, or it's been inspired by. So, something to think about. But yeah, hopefully that came across the way I hoped it came across. But yeah, anyway, back to what we're building here. Yeah, from the looks of things, compared to the picture that I was looking at, this is going to be a fairly large building. Let's go ahead and look back at our picture there. Awesome. Now it is black here, so I can make that black. Not here, but I shall show you eventually. Let's see. Here. Right here. At least based on the photo, it does look rather black, so that's how we're gonna do it. More or less. Let's see. Go back to the picture. Perfect. Let's go ahead and top this off. Sometimes I really don't know how this control thing works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It can get rather frustrating. Yeah, there we go. That should do it. Let's go ahead and put this on. Okay, at least this time there's nothing obstructing the view of our guests here, because all that is in the back is just a mountain. So it's a good thing that this will be one large building that is only blocking a semi-view of the mountain, which of course is minuscule. Let's go ahead and continue with this. I certainly hope that this does not cut off. I think just for the sake of it, not cutting off, let's go ahead and make a jump cut. I'm gonna go ahead and check real quick to see how much gigs this is, and then I'll be right back. And either we're gonna continue with this, or I'm gonna have to cut it short here. Okay, hold on just a sec. Holy shit. That's what I'm gonna say here. It has taken up 50 gigs of my hard drive. Or my hard drive. It's 45 minutes long. I just noticed that. Shoot, you know what? Let's just go ahead and finish the front facade here. Let me go ahead and reset my timer. Let's see if we can just get this up to, let's see, 45, 50. You know what? Let's go ahead and make this an hour. I hope that will be enough gigs. I mean, this is 50 gigs in 45 minutes. I don't know how much longer I have. I think I have like about, I have only about like 72 gigs left in on my hard drive space. Of course, I partitioned my hard drive, but the one that I'm saving in right now is only it's 72 gigs left. So yeah, gotta make this quick. Which only leaves me with 20 gigs, more or less. Yeah, so let's go ahead and make this quick. Let's at least go ahead and top this off. And of course, this is not even the top of the building. Nope. We still got a few more to go. We still got one more floor to go, actually. One more floor. Which, let's see, let's go back to our picture here. Which is actually not that tall. Hopefully I can finally incorporate, let's see. Before I go ahead and show you, let's go ahead and finish up. Let's see, at least use this to finish off the top portion here. Oh, you know what, that'll actually work, I think. No. Let's just go ahead and go with what we got here. And you know what, just so it looks different. No, I can't. How unfortunate. I think. Hold on, let me see. I know this is taking up a lot of time, but please bear with me. I'm in one of my experimental phases right now. Oh wait, no, that didn't come out right. No, I am not in one of my experimental phases. I can't take that back now, can I? Yeah. Forget what I said. Let me just go ahead and experiment here real quick. I think I do need to do this first in order to make it work. So at least there's some variance in this building. I don't want to make it just look normally flat. Stop fiddling. Okay, so you know what, let's go ahead and make the bottom brick just like we have before, and yes, it does work. Ah, what? No, what's going on? Oh, come on. It works on this side but not on this side. Okay, never mind. That is not going to work. But of course we're still going to make this brick. Yeah, don't. I'll work on the other side now real quick. Let's just leave that as that. Let's just go ahead. First, top this off. Finish that off. I mean, we still got another floor to go to, but just want to add this onto the top here. Alright. Oh, come on. See, control. Sometimes you work, sometimes you're helpful, and sometimes you're a complete pain in the ass. Hmm? Let's see. Yeah, that's probably how it's going to look like. You know, let's see. Let's see. We've only hit 4 minutes. Let's see if we can at least go ahead and top this thing off, like officially. Seeing as, you know, I have time to do so. Hey, at least I was talking about a lot of interesting things, hopefully. You guys are still interested after an hour sitting there and listening to me rabble on about various topics. Let's see. I may have to delete the bottom half here so that all this can be black. Nope. Well, let me see. More or less, I believe. I mean, it is viewable from the back here, and we'll just put in a plain white colonial wall there. Let's see, where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Here you are. And then just to block that in, there we go. And finally, let me go ahead and check out the picture. Yeah, let's see. Let's just go ahead and use the regular windows here. Actually, no. I need to see how this will be incorporated. How big the dome will be. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Whatever. It makes it more grandiose anyway. You know, I might make this a little bit taller. Yeah, just a little bit. That'll be behind the scenes though, but let's just go ahead and incorporate what we're doing right now. Let's see. Let's see how it actually. Oh, well, there's the curved wall I've been needing. Round tower top with dome 2. I wish there were bigger ones. Bigger domes. Unfortunately, there isn't. So we may just have to... You know what? Let's not make it one dome. Let's make it a couple. I mean, since we don't have the means to make it, we may as well just go ahead and make it 2 domes. Or better yet, let's just go ahead and make it 4 on each, and maybe 1 in the middle. Okay, apparently this one's a little too low. Gosh darn it. Okay, yeah, since unfortunately our towers in here aren't as grand and big as I'd hoped they would be, so we're just gonna have to compromise here. I mean, in the picture it is just one giant dome. However, unfortunately, since we don't have a giant dome and just these, we will just have to go ahead and use them, I suppose. Let's see. Yeah, and then I guess we'll make one tall one in the middle, then two in the back, one in the top there. But yeah, let's go ahead and do something different. You know what? Let's go ahead and just make this a little bit bigger here. Just maybe a floor bigger. Let's go ahead and just delete all those. This too. Go back here. Let's see, we've hit the 10-minute mark, and yes, we're still recording. Excellent. Of course, if this cuts off, that means I run out of space on my hard drive, and that will be it, I guess. So yeah, just in case I do have my hard drive get cut off, I'll say my goodbyes right now and say I'll see you in the next video. So, just in case it does cut off, at least I have said my goodbyes. Let's see. Okay. That was unnecessary, I suppose. Let's go ahead and make another window area here. Not that tall. Okay, I'm at least gonna just make the facade, the front-facing facade, so you get the idea of what I'm going for here. This has been quite a long video. I hope you guys aren't that bored. But don't worry, the next video we will finally go ahead and move away from this part of the park, seeing as we are practically almost done. Plus for the behind the scenes stuff, again I need to go ahead and add a few more stuff in and around the plaza. But yeah, let's see here. I do want to add something, at least from this portion, possibly more or less this one. Yep, and then let's go ahead and add one of these round towers, like so. And then with this, with that done, let's go ahead and incorporate the office building thingy. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. I'm panicking because I don't know whether or not this thing is going to stop recording or not, and all my hard work, at least vocal hard work, will be for naught. We have just hit 12 minutes, at least for this part of the video. You know what? Yeah, there we go. Of course, this part will be a little bit bigger. I might add one more floor in order to incorporate the building structure, I hope. But, you know what, let's go ahead and end it here, so before it does shut off. By the next video, hopefully, it will either be soon, like, I did say 2 or 3 days, but, hopefully it will be sooner than that. That's it for this one. Wait, actually not yet. Let's see. Before I go, I do want to point out some of the stuff I did add here. I mean, I should have enough time. Over here, I did add a... it's only here for aesthetics. It's basically supposed to be like the employees area where they can go behind the scenes here. Possibly to go in their break rooms, you know. And of course, it's a lot easier for the employees to go from this side to that side without having to going all around, just like the guests do. No, I think that's all I pointed out, really, or added, really. Everything else is just the same as always. But yeah, everything will be... Actually, we have hit the hour mark. It's almost about to hit an hour. Combined with the 45-minute video I had and the one now. So, let's see. I guess I can just kill this hour. About, let's see, we're 25 seconds into this last minute. I'll probably just go ahead and fill this in with various stuff, just like here. We're probably going to put some more stuff here. Maybe like another shop. Maybe I might add the entrance here. Or yeah, the entrance should be... Yeah, the entrance here. Like, I'm going to connect it both here. This will be the entrance. And maybe I'll make a gift shop so that they can exit here. And this will basically be a gift shop for this thing here. I mean, come on. Every freaking ride ends at a gift shop, so of course we need to have that. Let's see. Over here is just going to be just nothing but scenery. Other than that, there's going to be a structure here similar to that one. And then this will move out here and we will have the Ferris wheel. So of course we've already passed the 15-minute mark here. We're going to go ahead and call this a day with a rather long video. And we will see you again next time. Wait, don't turn it off, don't change it, don't go to another YouTube channel yet. There is one more thing I forgot to do, let's see here. Let's see, this one? No. Yes. Fable Striker, your name was awesome. We are naming him Schmoopsy the Bear. Not just the bear, we're gonna be doing Schmoopsy the Bear. Let me go ahead and get this right here. Soviet? Can I? No, I cannot do that. So hopefully I do spell this right. It will be named Schmoopsy the Bear. Me. Awesome name. Thank you, Fable Striker, for that awesome name. And you know what? Since you also named another bear, RCT3Y, I'm gonna go, let's see, we've got Grace, Schmoopsy, let's see, I like Grace, I don't like the word Gretchen. So we're gonna go ahead and name this one Koozie. Koozie the Bear. There we go. Okay guys, you can go ahead and go to your other YouTube channels or whatever you want to do on the internet. So once again, thank you Fable Striker, and thank you RCT3Y. Okay, disperse.